helpful for all of you to make your PR dream in Canada, to make it easier with the French language, help of French language. So we are bringing this session to you together with the combined efforts of the team at Ardent Immigration Inc. as well as the team at Ardent Law Group. So we are both based both in Canada and Sri Lanka. I don't think I have to give you an extensive introduction about ourselves, but still I'll be very brief and I will give you a brief introduction. So we are both a Canadian law firm as well as a immigration law firm. We operate from both Sri Lanka as well as Canada, like I said earlier. And our founder is Mr. Sachira Vimalavira. I suppose you all can view my screen. Can you all see my screen? Is it?
Yes, we can, Ms. Kaumadi.
Thank you. Our founder is Mr. Sachira Vimalavira. He's a regulated Canadian immigration consultant, as well as a barrister and a solicitor in Canada. Before moving to Canada, he was a attorney at law back home in Sri Lanka. He's currently practicing mainly civil litigation, apart from immigration law. We are also, the Ardent Law Group is also facilitating clients in terms of property law, wills and estate, real estate, kind of different legal perspectives. And then I myself am also a regulated Canadian immigration consultant with the license to practice with the Immigration and Refugees Board of Canada as well. So with my experience and my qualifications, I am able to help you all out in mostly in refugee claims. If you all are facing inadmissibility claims, detention reviews, things like that, which is not very frequently coming up when you talk about immigration, because when it is immigration, it's always a visa application, but there's also more to that. So we are able to help you out in any of such cases. They are unfortunate situations, but we'll be able to help you out if you contact us. Our specialty when it comes to immigration is that we take care of all your documentation, including statements of purposes. So it's kind of a help for you guys if you all are applying for a visa. And when it comes to PR, especially, we do a very thorough documentation check, and also a very thorough deep dive into your immigration histories, because nowadays you all know the immigration is not as lenient as it used to be, and they are trying to find a lot of faults or somehow loopholes in the applications, and they tend to refuse even the PR applications. So it is very important that you submit your applications in a very thorough manner, and you make sure that there are absolutely no contradictions or omissions in your documents or your information, because if not, it can lead to a misrepresentation where you will be banned from applying for visas 5 years. It is a very serious situation to fall into, so that is why you need to get you need to get the help of an immigration consultant. That is our advice to you. So if you all do talk to us about your PR applications, we'll be able to help you out to align your information about with your previous visa applications as well. If you all are already in Canada, this is very important. Moving forward to the most important person today during today's session, Miss Sadeeka Santhushi. She is our in-house French tutor. She she's functioning as a French language instructor at the TEF Canada preparation, as well. Also, she holds a BA in French language and culture and a diploma in education, as you all can see under her qualifications. I will not take any more of your precious time. I will hand the platform over to Miss Sadeeka so she can tell you all what the benefits are in terms of your immigration journey when it comes, if you all are proficient in French language. And then afterwards we will get Mr. Sachira to explain to you all what how the French language can help your immigration application, in which areas, which perspectives, and what are the pathways that are available if you are proficient in French, which other candidates wouldn't have. So that I think would give you a plus point in terms of your PR applications. We will dive into the session. Also, there is a very kind request and a reminder. If during the session you all come across, if there is any question popping up in your mind, the question, the chat box is open, so you all can type in your question. We will record the question and we will answer it during the Q&A session. The Q&A session would be at the very end, after Ms. Sadeeka's session and Mr. Sachira's session. So we will answer all the questions together during the Q&A session. So whatever the questions you all have in terms of French and immigration, you all can drop the question on the chat box. Our team will record it, and then we will answer them in accordance of the however, the first come first serve basis, in the order we receive your question. So we will start the session. Hope you all be able to learn something and learn something new and make use of it. Over to you, Miss Sadeeka. It's the platform is yours.
So good morning, everyone. I hope y'all can hear me and see my screen. Okay, so we'll continue. So today I will be presenting on TEF Canada, right? Your pathway to the permanent residency. So my goal is to explain what TEF Canada is, why it is important, and how it can help you in your immigration journey. And finally, how you can prepare effectively to achieve success in this exam. So by the end of this presentation, you will have a clear roadmap of how TEF Canada can support your dream of moving to Canada. So we'll move. So what is TEF Canada, why it is important, and who needs to take it? So let's start with the basics. So TEF Canada, which stands for Test d'Évaluation de Français, is a official French language proficiency test, and it is recognized by the Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, or IRCC. So if you're applying for express entry, for permanent residency, or even for certain jobs in Canada, this exam may be required. And then it tests all your 4 essential skills such as listening, reading, writing, and speaking, which means it gives a complete picture of your French ability. And in short, like if your goal is to immigrate to Canada, the TEF Canada will be a powerful tool to boost your application. So we'll move. What is TEF Canada? So now what exactly does TEF Canada represent? So it is an internationally recognized test, not just limited to immigration. It is also used for academic and professional purposes. And For Canada specifically, it is recognized in 3 main ways: for permanent residency applications, for citizenship, and for certain employment opportunities. And one of the biggest advantages is that TEF Canada allows applicants to demonstrate their French proficiency and in return to earn extra points in the immigration process. So this test isn't just about what proving your language ability. So it is also about giving yourself a competitive advantage. So why to take TEF for Canadian PR? So why should you consider taking the TEF for Canadian Permanent Residency? So there are several strong reasons. So the first one is higher CRS score. So the Comprehensive Ranking System, or CRS, is the point-based system used in express entry. A good TEF score can significantly increase your CRS points, making your profile more competitive. And the next one is extra immigration pathways. Like with French proficiency, you can qualify for French-speaking immigration streams, such as the French-speaking skilled worker program as well. And then the job market advantage. So Canada values bilingualism, and being able to work in both English and French open doors, especially in government, education, and in business sectors. And then finally, the Provincial Nominee Program. Certain provinces in Canada prioritize French-speaking candidates, which improves your chances of nomination. So taking TEF is not just about passing the exam, right? So it's about maximizing your chances of getting into Canada and thriving once you are there. So we'll move. So when you talk about the TEF exam structure, there are 4 mandatory sections. So the first one is listening, or else the comprehension oral, which lasts for 40 minutes and has 60 questions. And the second one is the reading, or the comprehension écrite, which is 60 minutes with 50 questions. And then the writing part, or the expression écrite, which is 60 minutes with 2 tasks. And then finally, the speaking session, or the expression oral, which is 15 minutes with 2 tasks. So each of these sections is designed to test not just your knowledge of French vocabulary and grammar, but also your ability to use the language in real life context. So this make it a comprehensive assessment to you. So when we talk about the scoring system and the CRS impact, so now how is the TEF scored and why it does matter for the immigration, right? So the TEF uses the Common European Framework of Reference for Languages, or CEFR, which is an international standard. And then for Canada, those scores are then covered into the Canadian Language Benchmarks, or CLB. So the higher your CLB, the more points you can earn your express entry profile. So so this is the breakdown of the scoring system. So if you score 248 or above in the listening part, that gives you CLB 9 plus, means like 50 points, and 207 plus for reading. It is also equals to CLB 9 plus. And then for writing and speaking, you will need 310 or more to reach CLB 9 plus. So reaching these benchmarks is what allows you to claim those valuable extra CRS points. So your target must be not just to pass the exam, but also to achieve scores that gives you maximum benefit for the immigration. So when we talk about the preparation strategies, so the first you should understand the exam format and then know the types of questions you will face. And then second, you need to practice regularly, work on listening, speaking, reading and writing every day. And third, try to do timed mock tests, and this will help you to manage stress and time during the real exam. And then focus on vocabulary and grammar, especially the words and the structures that are commonly tested. And then finally, if possible, get professional coaching. Like a structured program can guide you, provide feedback, and help you to stay on track. So I will talk about our Canada TEF coaching program. So, for those who want structured support, there are dedicated TEF coaching programs. So, here we have a 3-month comprehensive course with two sessions per week, which can cover all the exam sessions in detail. So, you will receive the study materials like textbooks, exercises, and all the online resources. And even more importantly, your progress will be tracked through regular assessments and feedback. So you know exactly where you stand and what areas you need to improve. So this kind of guided preparation can really boost your confidence before the exam. So if I talk about some tips for the success, so one is the time management. So always keep a track of how long you spend per question and then expand your vocabulary, like learn synonyms and everyday expressions to sound more natural. And then always try to use complex sentences because this improves your score in both writing and speaking. And then stay calm in the speaking test because confidence and clarity are just as important as accuracy. And then read instructions carefully to because a simple mistake can cost marks. And lastly, practice active listening by regularly listening to French podcast, radio, or conversations. So it will sharpen your ear for the language. So if I talk about the additional resources for TEF preparation, there are plenty of resources which help you to prepare, right? So some recommended books include Le Noir Taxi and Grammaire Progressive du Français. So you can also use online platforms like such as TV Saint-Pon, the RFI Zava, or courses, right? And then some mobile apps like Duolingo, Bubble, and Key flashcards are also excellent tools for daily vocabulary building. So, to conclude, let's review the key points. So, TEF Canada is not just another language test. It is a gateway to Canadian immigration, citizenship, and career growth. A higher TEF score directly increases your CRS points, giving you a comprehensive edge in express entry. So, but the success doesn't happen overnight. It requires consistent practice, proper strategies, and often professional guidance. So, your next step are clear. Register for a TEF preparation course, get a dedicated study plan, and give yourself a best chance of achieving your Canadian dream. So thank you very much for your attention. Over to you, Miss Kaumadi.
Thank you very much, Sadeeka, for sharing all the wonderful information with us. I'm sure most of the people who are joining with us would be like, how are we going to pronounce these words like she do uh, in a very short time? But I think we are in safe hands with Miss Sadeeka because we already have a lot of students who are enrolled with the Ardent language training with Miss Sadeeka, and they are actually training themselves and they are taking part in the exams. and they are scoring really good. So it's I think all it takes is the will for, like, to learn a new thing, and then I think you all be able to like navigate the path. Now I believe uh, it's time for us to share the platform with Mr. Sachira, so he can talk to you about the different immigration pathways available if you are French proficient, and from the traditional pathways that are available like express entry, how you can make French your key perspective or the key arrow to make sure your PR goal is achieved. So over to you, Mr. Sachira. I will hand you over the floor to take on from here.
Thank you, Ms. Kaumadi. I hope you guys all can hear me properly. So what I'm gonna mainly talk about is as you see that Ms. Sadeeka explained about the French qualification completion, like about TEF exams or the TCF or the TEF exam. Mainly, I'm going to focus on what are the benefits that you will be having after completing this program. I mean, and also what kind of a CLB level that you should obtain based on the program. So first, I'll start with the express entry because it is the most popular and also the one of easiest pathway for everyone to get the PR. Like for example, if someone applying from outside Canada or the from inside Canada, they may be in Canada as a student, as a visitor, maybe even as a LMIA based work permit, LMIA exempt work permit. So your main target is getting PR. So one of the easiest pathway to get the PR is express entry. So when we get express entry, as you know, there are three categories: federal skilled worker, Canadian experience class, and also federal skilled trade program. If you have Canadian experience, you're gonna fall under Canadian experience class, and also if you are applying from outside Canada, you're gonna fall under federal skilled worker program, and also if you have working experience in trades, then you're gonna fall under federal skilled trade program. So apart from the English, if you have completed TCF or the TEF exam, then you're gonna get higher CRS score. For example, if you give priority for French language, if you have if you achieve CLB 7 or higher in French, and also if you have CLB 5 or higher in English, then you can earn up to 50 CRS point. And also getting these 50 points is really, really important because, as you know, right now, if you falls under general draw, cutoff mark is between around 518, 520, like that. If you falls under category draws, then your cutoff around 470, 480, like this. So since that you're not receiving any points for LMIA right now, so getting these 50 points is very important because that also going to be another way that you can increase your CRS score. And this can happen the other way as well. Let's say, for example, you have CLB 7 or higher for English, and then if you have CLB 5 or a little bit higher for French, then also you're going to get 50 points. So let's forget about the IELTS. If you have the strong French skill along, then you can boost your language score in this TCF and the TEF. It's going to contribute to your overall CRS score ranging up to 136 points. So it's very, very important if you're in express entry pool, and if you're in if you're about to expire your PGWP or your closed work permit, this is really, really important. And the other way is, as you may aware, from March, there were category-based draws because what immigration focus on, apart from the general draws, they focus on categories like the French-speaking category, trade categories, education categories, STEM category, healthcare category, like that. So when it comes to French category, it was one of a main category. The reason is they wanted to give priority for the French-speaking individual. So if I give you an idea about the recent French draws that happened, in March 6, 2025, they sent 4,500 invitation, cutoff mark was 410. Then March 21st, exactly after a couple of days after, they sent the invitation for 7,500, cutoff mark was 379. If you go through the recent draws, the cutoff, this is going to be the lowest cutoff that you may have seen for the French draw, especially and even for other categories as well. If you get the education, if you get the STEM category, trade category, even the general, 379 is the lowest. So when it comes to this kind of a cutoff was back in 2020, 2021, it's never lower like this, but this was the only draw that, the cutoff was lower. Then August 8th, again, very recently, this month, there was a draw again, 2,500 invitations only, but cutoff was 481. So we can see back in March, there were 7,500 invitation, cutoff was 379. Now, for they send almost 2,500 invitations, cutoff was 481. That means now people are more tends to study in French because the cutoff is lower. So this is something kind of a strategic way, like, to increase your CRS score and also falls under French category. So that is the main reason we were doing the Provincial Nominee Program webinars. So that's why we thought, like, because the immigration is more moving towards giving priority, giving benefit for people who know English and French. So that is the purpose of doing this webinar. And then the other main thing is, sometimes you may in a position that you are work permit, that you are on closed work permit, your employer is not eligible to apply for LMIA. For example, there are some areas, especially urban areas, they said, like, if your employer is an area that the unemployment rate is higher than 6%, they are not eligible to apply for a lower LMIS, low wage LMIS. So most of the LMIS we have seen are low wage LMIS. So when it comes to low wage, that means every province, they have their own median wage. If the per hour amount that you're getting paid is lower than amount, then you're going to fall under low wage. For example, if you get Alberta, where we are living, the median wage is 36. Let's say, for example, if you're working as an admin assistant on a closed work permit, if you're getting paid $25 per hour, you falls under low wage. Then that employer cannot apply for low wage anymore, because in Calgary, especially, the unemployment rate is around 7.8. That means it's lower than 6. So why I'm telling you this, if you have French qualification completed CLB5, you don't need a LMIA. You do not need any LMIA, because you can apply for work permit under Mobility Francophone program, because it's a LMIA exempt program. You don't need a LMIA. And then someone can have a question, usually how long it's gonna take? As you know, when it comes to LMIA, they're bringing in new rules. Even yesterday, they brought up new rules saying, like, those the employer's document should be in CRA assessed. And also you need to get attestation from the bank. It's very hard to get those kind of documents from the bank right now. So there are a couple of rules that they bring. And also they said that there's an option when you do the job postings, that direct apply, they make it mandatory. So there are strict rules they're bringing for LMIAs. So it gonna affect even for the areas that are eligible for the LMIAs, for high wage, low wage, and also for areas who are not eligible for low wage as well. But when it comes to this, you can get the LMIA exempt code within 2 to 3 minutes. What you're gonna do is, if you have this language test, if you have a job offer, permanent full-time job offer from the employer, every employer, they can enroll for a employer portal. There's a very small application they can do. Government fee is going to be 230 Canadian dollars. Then once you submit all the documents with the job offers and everything, you're going to get a code within 2 to 3 minutes. Then you can use that code to extend your work permit. So in that way, even though you may be on PGWP, it's about to expire, but there's no invitation from any of the PR program you have applied to. Or otherwise, let's say that you're on closed work permit, you don't have a way to extend your work permit, your employee is not eligible to apply for, not eligible to give you the LMIA, or even though they are in an area that low wage LMIA can be applied, but there are many temporary foreign workers are working. Because of that, the cap has been filled. Like, for example, there are some areas, some industries, you need to have 10% cap. There are other industries, 20% cap. For example, if you're working at a restaurant as a cook, the cap is 10%. If you are in an area that the employee is eligible for the low wage LMIA, that means unemployment rate is lower than 6%, still there is issue. But this way, you don't need LMIA, and you can get the code within few minutes. Let's say, for example, if your work permit is expiring today, if you get the LMIA code, LMIA exempt code, and then if you could apply for the work permit, still you are safe. Because while your work permit is processing, you're going to be on employed status, but still your status is worker. So you're safe. So that's why this program is really, really important. And also there are many provincial nominee programs, as Ms. Sadeeka also mentioned, that, for example, Ontario, New Brunswick, Manitoba, they often prioritizing these French-speaking candidates to support their Francophone communities. For example, when it is Ontario, they have French-speaking skilled workers stream. They mainly target this express-centric candidate with strong French skill, that means the CLB 7 or higher, and offer nomination, and it adds 600 points to your overall CRS score. And also, like I said, even the New Brunswick and also Manitoba, they have their own stream, which gonna support for you to get the PR. And especially as you know, when it comes to French, the Quebec is really important because they're only speaking French. In Quebec also, there are many immigration programs, like the Quebec, regular skilled worker program, Quebec experience program, or the Quebec immigration program, like the business immigration program. There are several programs like that. And also, they also introduced a new program recently in January, Jan 30th, 2025, the Francophone Community Immigration Pilot Program. This also for French-speaking skilled workers and also for interested students to settle in Francophone minority communities outside Quebec. So if your CLB level is CLB 5 or higher, if you have at least 1 year working experience, if you have a job offer from a designated employer, then you can apply for this program. And the other main thing is, there are many students who are on LMIA based work permit candidates. They are contacting us. We're doing about many consultations. They have a hard time of finding jobs, and also there are many families. They cannot find higher jobs because the jobs that they have are not eligible their spouses to extend their work permit. As in January 21st, 2025, they brought a new rule. If you have a job on tier 0 or tier 1, and then there are some other jobs which is tier 2, tier 3, then only that your spouse can extend the spousal open work permit. But if you have the French and English qualifications, right? If you can at least speak, mainly the employers are more tends to hire you, because in that way they can use for multiple purposes. Because what most of the employers do is they want to expand their businesses. So if they have someone who can speak multiple languages, it's good for them. So like that, for example, if you get the Ardent Law Group, we also focusing on hiring the the team members from multicultural. So right now we have from Pakistan, Philippines, India. So we are from Sri Lanka. So in Canada. So it's beneficial for most of the employers. So if you have another language like French, you have a higher possibility, easy to find a job. And in that way, you can make your spouse also eligible to extend their spousal open work permit as well. And finally, other thing is what I want to talk about is the next couple of years immigration plan. If you type the 2025 to 2027 immigration plan in Canada, they specifically mention, right? It include that they want to increase the permanent residents, French-speaking permanent residents outside Quebec. They need to increase in 2025 8.5%. 2026, 9.5%, 2027, 10%. So if you get in 2024 to 23, they want like this percentage was 7%, 8%. So as you can see, they bring very strict regulation to strict immigration. But when it comes to the French speaking wise, they increase the percentages. So then you can see how beneficial this webinar is. And also you can see that your strategic plan should be for the next couple of months to start learning French. I know it may be challenging, but the thing is it's worth challenging, because the thing is it's gonna help you to stay in Canada. Not only that, let's say for example, luckily because of that you got the PR. Even after you getting PR, there are many opportunities available for you in the other provinces as well, especially like maybe like Ontario, BC, Alberta, those Manitoba, New Brunswick, those kind of provinces, there are many opportunities available. So I believe you guys can get an idea about. So this is the main thing that I want to talk about. What kind of programs available, what kind of benefits that you will be having completing French, who are on very strict timelines, especially who are already in Canada, PGWP expiring, LMIA-based work permits expiring, like that. So going forward, if you guys have any questions regarding these programs, we can definitely help you out. And also when it comes to French classes, Miss Sadeeka can help you out. And also she can give you a plan about how the classes will be conducted and the plan and everything. So we'll definitely help you out to get the PR at the end of the day. Yes, thank you so much. Over to you, Ms. Kaumadi.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Sachira, for the very informative session. Now, I believe it is time for us to move on to the Q&A session. I believe you guys have questions that needs to be answered. I'm inviting both Mr. Sachira and Miss Sadeeka to take the floor and answer the questions in the order we received them. Some might be regarding the French language or the examinations and the structures. Some might be relating to the immigration programs. So accordingly, Ms. Sadeeka and Mr. Sachira will answer your questions. Over to you, Ms. Sadeeka and Mr. Sachira.
Ms. Sadeeka, we have two questions regarding, I believe these are regarding the French language. You want to answer for these two?
Are they recognized French A1 exam conducted by Alliance Française Sri Lanka? No. You have to follow the TEF exam, not the DELF exam. And the A1 level is not enough. You have to complete the B2 level. And then I'm following DELF exams. If I go for higher CLB, which level should I complete in DELF and do TEF exam? You can complete TEF B2 level. That's the, not DELF. That's it.
And also, Ms. Sadeeka, there's another person asked about the cost details. They can definitely contact us, and then we can, I believe, then we can give them an idea about the course fees and everything. So any questions, you can contact us. I believe this is Dilshi. Then we'll be able to give you idea about the cost, the course, and also the duration. And if you have any other questions regarding even the French language test, Sadeeka could answer. Will be able to answer. Then, if any questions regarding any like the streams that I explained, then I will be able to answer.
Are there any participants with questions for us?
Ms. Sadeeka, there's another question from Sandon. You want to answer that?
Yeah. Does it for beginners? Yeah, we are starting from the basics, and then we are covering the whole syllabus during our course. So beginners also can join if you are willing.
Ms. Sadeeka, I will be posting the questions on the Excel sheet if you want to answer them.
So there's one question. They ask about do we need to complete IELTS as well as along with the TEF? Yes, like if you could answer, like if you could complete the both language test, only that you'll be able to reach to higher CRS score. So like I said earlier, let's say for example, if you get the like for IELTS, like CLB 7 or higher, higher for listening you get, your CRS score gonna go higher. And also in the French language side, if you get a CLB 5, 6, 7, then you're gonna get the 50 marks. So for the question you ask, yes, that you should do both it's better to complete both languages. Otherwise, completing just one language test will not give you like a good CRS score. But let's say, for example, if you get just French CLB 7, then you get your score will go up to 136. And then I would like to know more about the French language test. Which test, TEF or the TCF, should I take for Canadian immigration? You can take either one, TEF or the TCF. Both language tests are accepted. It's like this: IELTS, CELPIP, PTE, like that. So the TEF is a one language test. TCF is another language test. If I get low marks in one of the areas from either listening, writing, speaking, or reading, do we have to take the entire exam again? No, can we take one? No. I believe Sadeeka can answer for this completely. But my understanding is even like none of the language requirement. You have to get the like the marks in one sitting. I mean that goes to IELTS as well. Let's say, for example, you have 8 for all the modules except one. But you can create an express profile from that, but based on whether you're gonna fall under federal skilled worker or the Canadian experience class. Like, let's say, for example, you're working from outside Canada, then you're going to fall under federal skilled worker program. Let's say for you, you have like speaking, writing, listening 8, and the other one is 6.5. You're not going to eligible for the federal skilled worker because you need minimum 7, each man 7 or higher. For the question that Mekhala asked, you had to take the test again. You cannot just sit for the module that you have the lower mark. No, you have to sit for the entire exam again. And then okay, Sachira, first glad to see you again. Thank you so much for joining. If I clear the TEF and I have few career gaps in my profile, but I have experience in apparel industry, so if any chance to getting PFL. PFL is a procedural fairness letter. I'm not too sure what it's about. PFL is a procedural fairness letter, but I'm not getting PFL. People scared to get the PFL. But maybe what you're asking is if you if you clear the TAF and then you have a career gaps in your profile, that's totally fine. They basically, if you are applying from inside Canada, you need to have the working experience within last 3 years. That's what they're gonna count. If you're applying from outside Canada, the working experience in the last 10 years, they're gonna count. So overall working experience, how much you have, that's what gonna count towards your working experience. And also it should be this skill working experience, tier 0, 1, 2, 3, plus completing English and TEF. There's a higher possibility you're going to receive the invitation. So when it comes to the required score, better to get CLB 7 higher, CLB 5 also okay for some categories. How many points added after getting CLB 7 for TAF? You'll be getting almost 50 points for that, like I explained earlier. I have some knowledge in French. Do you give French training for the? Yes, we do support from the beginners. I know, like, we are not coming from the French speaking country, but there are many candidates that we know that we could support and get the invitation, and they are in the process of getting their PR. After applying for Canadian PR, how long we should wait to receive the invitation? It depends on your CRS score. Let's say, for example, the cutoff is 520, but your CRS score is, let's say, 450. You're not gonna receive the invitation unless otherwise you falls under a specific category. When it comes to the invitation, receiving the invitation, the processing time gonna vary. But let's say, for example, if you receive the invitation today, you have 60 days to submit the documents. And then after that, I would say overall, some profiles we have seen, they're getting the PR approval within 3 months, 6 months, 8 months. Maximum, I would say within 1 year. It's not going to take that long, but averagely, I would say 1 year, based on my experience, my past experience. The cost details, we can let you know, you can contact us. And then how many months will take the learning process? It depends on you. It depends on how fast that you're gonna put on the studies. It's same way like the IELTS or the PTE, those kind of exams as well. And then what would the cap under French program? It's a real the age cap. When it comes to the French program, they're like, for example, if you get the mobility francophone program, they haven't mentioned any age cap for that. And more than that, the other thing, thank you for this question, I forgot to mention that. As you know, there are cap involved for LMIA based work permits. But guys, when it comes to French mobility francophone program, there's no cap. Employers can give any amount of LMIA exempt code for their employees. So it's a really good program. So how long it will take for beginners to learn depends on you. How long it's gonna take, how much effort, how much time that you put on the program. I have passed premier something French name. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the French names. Degree and exams in Alliance in Colombo. I believe there's something Sadeeka can answer. And also, he mentioned I have a couple of degrees, including PhD and LLB, which is good. I'm 55 years. What is the best chance? We have a program called Atlantic Immigration Program. When it comes to that program, the age is not going to be that. Its age is not a huge negative factor. In Canada, there are many entrepreneur programs, and also, for example, if you in Alberta, we have a rural entrepreneur program, and every province you have the entrepreneur programs. Age is not going to be a negative factor for that. That also something. But student permit, express entry will not, and most of the provincial nominee program would not be beneficial for you. But AIP, Atlantic Immigration Program, and also the business immigration program would be helpful for you. Okay, Ms. Sadeeka, there are a couple of questions I believe you can answer.
Let me check.
Thank you.
Are they recognized French A1 exam conducted by Alliance Française Sri Lanka? Yes, the Alliance Française de Colombo in Sri Lanka, they conduct DELF A1 exam, which is internationally recognized and can be used for various purposes, including Canadian immigration and citizenship applications. But the best exam is DELF or DELF B2 level. The Anupama's question, I'm following DELF exams. If I go for higher CLB, which level should I complete in DELF and do TEF exam? Better to complete DELF B2 level, Anupama.
And also there's another question like if you get the CLB 9 is there any way that getting 200 or 200 marks. So when it comes to language wise, if you complete only French, the highest you can go is 139. But if you not the 200, but you can basically go up to 150, 100, 160 marks. Not the 200. And also there's another person asked these DELF these exams only for Quebec. No, these but basically when it comes to French language test, these are for the whole Canada, because what the immigration want to do is to expand the permanent residents, the French-speaking permanent residents outside of Quebec. I believe, Ms. Kaumadi, we answered all the questions that that we have got so far. But if you do not have any other question, we can wrap up. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, we can definitely set up a consultation. You can contact our Sri Lankan office or our Canadian office, and then over to you, Ms. Kaumadi.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Sachira. Okay, guys, if in case you have any other questions that we couldn't answer, or maybe after the session there are questions flowing in your mind, that is fine. That happens to most of us. You all can contact us using the contact details that are visible on the screen. I hope you all can see them. If I may spell it out, if you are contacting the Canadian office, our number is +1 is the country code 825 540 7584. It's 825 540 7584. Our email address would be contact@ardentcanadavisa.com. But if you are trying to contact the Canadian office, you can go with admin@ardentlawgroup.ca. We also have a office number in Sri Lanka. It will just give me a minute. It will go as 0112 581317 0112 581317. That is the landline. But if you are trying to contact someone via WhatsApp, you can use +94 766 575755. And if you are trying to reach us via WhatsApp within Canada, you can use 587 717 1991. The email address again is contact@ardentcanadavisa.com. If you are trying to reach the law group, it's admin@ardentlawgroup.ca. Our websites are ardentcanadavisa.com and ardentlawgroup.ca. If you all just Google it, it will pop up. It's not that hard to find. The Sri Lankan office is located in Bambalapitiya. It's right opposite the Holy Family Convent, or as we say it, the HFC. It's right opposite the school on the Gold Road. And in Canada, we are located in Calgary, Alberta. We are located in downtown in the 14th Avenue and 8th Street. So if you have any other questions, just let us know, drop a WhatsApp text or an email. We will be able to guide you, help you out. We'll set you up for a consultation. And if you guys have any case specific questions that you all didn't want to ask us today, maybe because you had to share your privacy like information, you didn't want to do it on a public platform, you can just reach out to us. We'll be able to set up a specific consultation for you and answer the questions. Okay, guys, from all of the team at Ardent Immigration as well as the law group, I thank every one of you wholeheartedly for joining us today and staying with us, sharing your questions and your thoughts. I'm sorry. Also, we hope to bring you another session of the webinar series very soon. We'll share you the details. From Sri Lanka, you guys, I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Enjoy the weekend, and in Canada, a good night to everyone. See you again in another fruitful session.